Hey there, Instagrammers. It's Dr. Joan here, and I have a shout out for all the dads who are out there, especially the black fathers. I want to say Happy Father's Day. Hey dads, I want you to take about 5 minutes and listen to this message, because if you've ever listened to me before, you know that I dive a little bit deep. It makes some people uncomfortable, but for the most part, it gives you a thought, just a question that you might pull into your day, and as you reflect and move into the next weeks and months, it makes your life that much easier and that much better. I've been talking to the young people that I have been counseling lately about developing a growing up plan. And most of them cock their heads and they go, what do you mean a growing up plan? And so I want you to think about, if you were to grow up, what would you need to think about? What would you need to plan for? I like to reference Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because when I help my clients forgive, they're always dealing with one of those levels of the hierarchy of needs. We all have the need for food, for water, for shelter over our heads. We all have these physiological needs that are absolutely essential for survival. So how are you going to put food on the table? How are you going to create a shelter over your head? These are the questions that I ask them. How are you going to meet your physiological need? Because that needs to be part of your plan. And the next thing is to think about safety. There are so many of us who are living in these unsafe places, both physically, emotionally, sexually, and spiritually. We're living in these spaces that take our safety and keep us in this constant state of vulnerability. So how are you going to plan to ensure that you are safe? The next thing is, we all have social needs, right? We all have this deep need to connect with a community. And one of the things I like to say to my clients is, if you are in a state of unforgiveness, it means you've disconnected from the one that you need to forgive. And so many of us, myself included, have many, many people to forgive. I have forgiven so many people by now. And each time that I forgive, I am reconnecting. I'm opening the door through forgiveness to love again, to connect again, and to then join a community that can meet my social needs. I have the need for relationship. I have the need for friendship. I have the need for intimacy. I have the need for belonging. And so that's the next thing. How are you going to build in a strategic plan so that you enhance your sense of esteem, right? That sense of, I feel good about who I am, but that is not dependent on how bad another person feels. I feel good about who I am because I have that sense of belonging within myself, and I have that sense of belonging outside of myself and amongst the community of people that I belong to, including my family, including my friends, including the broader community in which I live, including my nation, and including this human place we call the human nation, right? And so humanity has this huge disease that is moving through it called disconnection, and most of us don't even know it. And of course, the final and the highest level of meeting or developing that strategic plan is really to think about, how am I going to actualize? How am I going to know my purpose? How am I going to pursue it with intensity and vigor? How am I going to make sure that when I die, I actually achieve the thing that I was born to do, right? So we all have a plan that is within us. And if we do not connect with ourselves, if we do not actually pursue the inner healing and the inner workings of who we are, we never figure out that plan. So I ask all of my young clients who are desiring independence from their parents to come with their growing up plan. And fathers, this morning, I want to say that I know many of us, especially of those of us in the Black community, are in a place where we're still small children. Yes, we're raising children, but we're still small children ourselves. And the reason why we're still those small children is because we never healed from those wounds, and we're still stuck in that place where we can't even grow, where we can't even think about a growing up plan. So our children are moving ahead of us. And this morning, what I want to do is I want to challenge you fathers to come up with your growing up plan. How are you going to heal from these wounds that were created that you've prevented for the next generation? How are you going to propel yourself into finally understanding and then pursuing your purpose? In this year and a half where COVID has, totally isolated us and brought us into the place where we have to face our family and the issues that have always plagued us, I want to challenge you to finally move into that place of healing and self-discovery. And so I want to invite you to reach out if you need some help. I want to invite you to get a hold of my 40-day ultimate forgiveness journal. And I want to ask you to think about joining me on a 21-day journey where you discover who you are, where you heal the wounds of your past and enter into that place where you become beautiful I am. Happy Father's Day, fathers. And for all of those kids out there, celebrate your fathers for all the things that they have done for you and with you and through you.